Alright, Desmond, so I wanted to look at some stuff first, but first, you've sent me this a couple times. This is a formula that calculates how many gallons per minute is coming out the end of the hose, and I don't like the way that they've written the formula here, but the formula has this 29.7 always there, and this is not d2, but d squared, and then this is the square root of something called NP. So the formula is the gallons per minute coming out is 29.7 times d squared times NP. So that 29.7 is always there. D stands for the diameter of the hose, and then NP stands for the nozzle pressure. And so in order to solve a question, you'll get this formula right here. You'll use this formula, but the formula itself is not a question. It's just the formula you use in order to find the answer. So an example would be something like this. Let's say that they give me that the hose tip, let me try to scroll down again. So here's an example. They tell me that the hose tip is 2 inches. That is the diameter of the hose, of the end of the hose, which is D. And then NP is the pressure coming out of the nozzle, and that's saying that there's 80 pounds per square inch coming out of the nozzle. So this is the nozzle pressure NP. So in the formula, which the way that I'd rather write it is GPM equals 29.7 times D squared times the square root of NP. This number 2 is what we plug in for D, and then this number 80 in this example is what we plug in for NP. So to find this, we do 29.7 times D squared, but we're saying we're plugging in the diameter of the hose 2 for D. And we multiply that by the square root of the nozzle pressure, which we said was 80 pounds per square inch. And then in order to solve this out, we need to use a calculator, so I'm pulling mine up. And once we get the calculator up, I need to enter this information into the calculator to find my answer. So I'm going to do that. So I type in 29.7 times 2 squared, and notice I'm writing it just like the formula with the parentheses, times, oops, I hit times twice, times the square root, second square root of 80. And then I hit enter, and apparently I get 1,062.57, so if we round it to the nearest hundredth, which is the second decimal place, we find 1,062 point, and pull that back up, 5. If we round the 7 up to an 8, we end up with this. So that's saying that each minute, I said GMP, it's each GPM. Each minute, there's 1,062.58 gallons coming out of the end of the hose. So that's my final answer. So again, this is only a formula, and it's the formula that you use. But the actual examples, they'll have to tell you what you plug in for D, which is the diameter of the tip of the hose, and then also the nozzle pressure.